All right, let's talk about something we all use probably every single day, our digital wallets. But have you ever stopped to think, just how safe are they really? Well, you're in the right place because this is the final chapter in our series, and we're going to break down the most important things you can do to keep your money safe. Let's dive right in. Now, all the information we're covering today comes straight from a fantastic consumer guide by Virtualization Options LLC. This whole thing is a public service designed to help keep you and me safe from all the scams and fraud out there. We're zeroing in on the final chapter here to give you the absolute most essential safety tips.
So let's just cut right to the chase with the question that, has probably crossed your mind at some point. Is that digital wallet on your phone basically a ticking time bomb?
And it's a totally fair question, right? Because we're constantly living with this trade-off. On one side, you've got this incredible convenience. Instant payments, easy transfers, that satisfying tap and go pretty much everywhere. But on the other side of that coin, the risk is real and it is serious. We're talking drained bank accounts, stolen identity, and those sneaky little recurring charges that just bleed your account dry. It's a high-stakes balancing act for sure.
And that brings us right to our first topic. We really need to understand the dangers, because you can't build a strong defense if you don't know exactly what you're fighting against, right?
So what is the threat, really? This goes way beyond just somebody stealing your password. Digital wallet fraud is this sophisticated crime where scammers trick you into giving up your card details. Then they take that info and link your card to their device. And just like that, they can start spending your money.
And the way they do it is shockingly simple, and it all comes down to moving fast. First, they fish for your details, usually with a fake email or a sketchy text message. Second, they link your card to their phone. And third, they start spending like there's no tomorrow, trying to empty your account before you even get a notification. Okay, listen up because this next part is maybe one of the most important takeaways from this whole thing. Not all payment methods in your digital wallet are created equal, not even close. When you use a credit card, you're using the bank's money. They have powerful fraud protections. But when you link your debit card or bank account directly, that's your money on the line. And believe me, getting it back is a whole lot harder.
All right, enough with the doom and gloom. Let's talk about what we can actually do about it. It's time to build your fortress. This next section is all about your proactive defense plan. These are the concrete steps you can take, like right now, to protect yourself. Rule number 1, and it's a big one. Stick with the trusted apps. We're talking the big names like Apple Pay, Google Pay, and PayPal. There's a reason for this. They invest millions in security, using things like tokenization, which basically hides your real card number, and biometrics, your face or fingerprint. That established security is exactly why you don't want to risk using some random, lesser-known app for your finances. Okay, the next layer of your fortress is the phone itself, and there are 3 things here that are totally non-negotiable. First, use strong authentication. That means Face ID or a fingerprint lock. Second, go into your settings and set up the remote lock and erase features now, before your phone ever gets lost or stolen. And third, and this is so important, install those software updates as soon as they pop up. They're not just for new emojis, they contain critical security patches. Now here's a tip that catches so many people out. It's about your Wi-Fi habits. That free public Wi-Fi at the coffee shop, it's basically a playground for hackers. So the rule is simple. Just avoid using it for any financial transactions. Period. Your cellular data connection is way more secure. And if you absolutely have to use a public network, please use a reputable VPN to encrypt everything.
All right, let's pivot to another kind of threat. This one is a little different, but it can be just as damaging over time. I'm talking about the silent wallet drain of subscription scams.
And this quote from the guide just hits the nail on the head. It says, "Some merchants have figured out how to use the complexity of these payment systems against us. They make it super easy to sign up, but then almost impossible to cancel, so they can just keep charging you long after you thought you were done with them."
So, how do you beat them at their own game? You have to be meticulous. Follow the proper protocol. Step 1, always follow the merchant's official cancellation process. And please, just deleting the app does absolutely nothing. Step 2, and this is key, get it in writing. Get that confirmation email. That's your proof. And step 3, you've got to be your own watchdog. Monitor your statements for the next 2 or 3 months just to make absolutely sure the charges have stopped.
And what if they still keep charging you? Well, you have rights. You can file a dispute with your bank, and you'll give them all that evidence you collected. And if you used a credit card, you can use your powerful chargeback rights to basically take the money back. You are not powerless here.
Now, we do have to talk about the worst-case scenario. What do you do in that horrible moment when you've realized you've been hit? The key is not to panic. It's to have a calm, clear plan. This is your fraud emergency protocol.
In these situations, every single second counts. In the first 15 minutes, your job is to freeze everything, the compromised wallets, the bank accounts. Within the first hour, change every related password, your bank, your email, all of it. And then, over the next 24 hours, you need to officially report the fraud to your bank, the wallet company, and the authorities.
And remember, reporting this isn't just about you, it helps everyone. You absolutely should file a report with the Federal Trade Commission. That's reportfraud.ftc.gov. Also report it to your state's Consumer Protection Office and your local police. This creates the official paper trail that you're going to need, and it helps the authorities track down these criminals.
Okay, after the immediate emergency is over, it's time for cleanup, and you need to be thorough. 1. Remove that compromised card from all of your digital wallets. 2. Go through all the online stores you use like Amazon and delete the saved payment info. And 3. Call your bank and tell them you need a brand new card with a brand new number. It's time for a fresh start. So after all that, what does it all boil down to? I think it comes down to 3 golden rules. Number 1, prefer credit over debit. Always. Always use the bank's money, not your own. Number 2, turn on transaction alerts and check your accounts at least once a week. You are your own best line of defense. And number 3, if a transaction looks even a little bit weird, freeze the account first and ask questions later. You have to act immediately. And that brings us to the end. So I want to leave you with one final question to really think about. After everything we've talked about, what's the first security change you're going to make? What's that one thing you can do right now to make your digital life just a little bit safer? Well, that's a wrap on our deep dive into digital wallet safety. Remember, this was all based on a public service guide from Virtualization Options LLC, an organization that's all about research and education to help us navigate this crazy digital world. Thanks so much for joining us. Stay safe out there.